You are listening to Thunderbolts Sports Talk. Here are your hosts, Charlie Adams and Timothy Ying. Welcome to Thunderbolts Sports Talk, another episode of your favorite brand new podcast, to Cranston East. We're back in the green room here at Cranston East recording episode 3. Before we get into anything relating to East, I just want to mention we take no pleasure in reporting the poor results of our sports teams, but we just want to bring you the most accurate news that we can. So when the results are what they are, you just gotta say it how it is. Tim, let's go over to East results. Let's start with boys soccer. They have a game today, I believe, but they've played a couple this week. How are they doing?
So, hold on, let me answer a DM real quick from Angel Santana, but, I wouldn't say it's been an alright week, but, it's not good. I mean, of course, like you said, Chaz, we don't report on, we don't try to report as bad as we can, but, I guess at that point, we have to. Let's take into the results first. As I respond real quick to Mr. Santana.
All right, well, I'm just going to say it right here.
Okay.
There was no scoring this week from a Cranston East team.
I mean, there was.
Besides girls tennis.
Yeah.
They went down and did their thing at Slater Park, 6-1, winning that. And then I believe the cross-country team was able to pick up a win and go 1-2 in their meet.
Yeah.
But other than that, we have absolutely no scoring, but a chance to do it tonight. 3 more games left for Cranston East this week. Tonight, boys soccer will go down to Hope. They have a chance to score there. Field hockey will have their game at Tollgate, played at CCRI, and of course, homecoming football game tonight. So it's not all hope lost for the week.
Yeah, and by the way, boys soccer got eliminated by Hope last season. They had 1 win away from making the D3 playoffs, or D2, I think. But Hope High School losing all hope for Cranston East as they destroyed them 3-0.
Yep, maybe a rivalry or at least a get-back game for them. We can run through these quickly. I guess we got boys soccer lost 2-0 to Coventry. Then girls volleyball played 2 games on back-to-back days, 2 sweeps. But yesterday, both soccer teams faced off, and both teams came away with the same result.
A draw. I mean, it's not a loss, but it's a draw, and we'll take it.
Yep, I mean, that's a point in the standings, I believe. That moves the boys soccer record to 2-3-2, and it gives girls soccer their first non-loss of the season. It's what you like to call steps to success.
Steps to success. That is the motto I am taking this season. I mean, we haven't seen too much success. By the way, I do not feel any sort of enjoyment whatsoever from announcing that we're not playing up to speed with everybody. But I mean, as long as you see improvements every single game, you're gonna get there. And I think building team chemistry and building a kind of a respectful culture, a winning culture, just starts from there. Take the small wins first, and then you build your way up. And, maybe in a couple years you have that set standard, and, your team's consistently winning or consistently bringing students in to help affect the team in a positive manner. I mean, I know that, Hendy might do it a different type of way, but, they win for a reason.
A little shout out to Hendy's iHawk Radio. Interesting timing on starting that one up. They seem to maybe have us beat on the setup. I see wheelie chairs with a boom arm attached to it. That's a pretty good setup for them.
Yeah, maybe I have to ask Mr. Barberi for some chairs.
Yeah, we're doing what we got. We're doing what we can with what we got. Let's talk a little bit about that girls' soccer game. It played at home, broadcasted on the Fans Only Sports Network, and I heard there was a little controversy. I heard I was also a part of the controversy, apparently. What's
Well,
going on there?
well, there was like one on-field controversy and one off-field controversy. Not the off-field controversy, not directly affecting the team, but the on-field was they had a shot at goal and they kicked it up. I forgot who kicked it, but Cranston East kicked it and apparently it hit the crossbar and it looked like it also hit the net kind of too, but the referees didn't call it that way and it remained 0-0. The rest of the game remained 0-0. That would have been a game-changing goal for Cranston East, but they have to settle with a draw.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've gotten a player opinion on it yet, but from our broadcast position at Cranston Stadium, I certainly didn't hear a crossbar or see what looked to be it hitting the crossbar. I thought it got right in the top of the net, but you get what you get. What happened off the field?
All right, so for 10 straight minutes, right, this kid Chaz just brought up, I mean, I might have brought it up, but this kid Charlie Adams was at, what was it, a Lincoln Mall, whatever?
Natick Mall,
The Natick
Massachusetts.
Mall in Mass. Eating some sushi, and I just have I just have a quite big of a problem dealing with your way of eating sushi. You dip the entire California roll in the wasabi.
Well, first time trying sushi, that's what I would have done. But the only thing that stopped me from doing that was them hiding the majority of the wasabi underneath my side salad.
Dig it out.
I never knew it was there.
You gotta dig it out.
Didn't know.
They always serve wasabi. I'd blame the employees of that whatever Natick Mall sushi Americano restaurant thing for hiding sushi under there, but I mean it doesn't matter. I mean you don't dip. Have you never seen anybody else eat sushi?
No.
No, that was your complete first time trying sushi. Your complete first time ever seeing anybody try sushi.
I mean, they were good California rolls. It's just
those are the only rolls you ever ate in your life.
Yep.
And were those the only rolls you ever ate so far? As in that one experience?
Yep.
Next topic.
All right. Well, let's stay a little adjacent to it. Sunday, I'll be heading down to Trinity College and broadcasting some hockey games, and you won't, but to eat some sushi. What's on the menu?
Family bonding time. We're going to hopefully fantastic. One of those, treadmill. No. I forgot the name of the thing.
Conveyor belt.
Yeah, the conveyor belt sushi. It should be fun, and also, since I have time, maybe later, if depending on what time we go, I might do some help out at the DMV to hand out some of those new license plates. Maybe your parents may get one, Chaz.
Not sure if we signed up for those license plates. Let's drag it back on over to Cranston East. Cranston East facing off against Barrington this evening. If you're listening today.
Yep.
Homecoming game.
Yep.
At home, broadcasted on the Fans Only Sports Network.
Yes, sir.
Probably inside of the booth, not ideal, but got to do what you got to do when it's raining out. It's going to be a tough one for the Bolts to pull out. It's one of the biggest games of their year, but Barrington has the QB1 in the state. Doesn't sound like he's playing, but still might be a tough one.
Yeah, it sounds kind of questionable entering this matchup, Chaz. McClellan, the starting quarterback for Barrington, is seemingly injured, and the backup will take his place. But the thing is there's probably going to be a lot of rain tonight. It's been projected to rain all day, wet turf, wet stands, wet environment. So it's just a future notice that we will probably not have as great as a football broadcast as we anticipated it to be, because we may have to film inside. And the Cranston Stadium press box has linings on the windows, which block some of the view, which means we're kind of screwed right there if we try to film any touchdowns. Yeah, I mean, Eric Rube thinks we can win this game, although he did name just Adrian Foreman. But if we get a win, I will be happy about it. I think there is a real possibility that we do win. It's just going to be heavily relied upon the ground game and the offensive line. The offensive line, really, the biggest thing. Both lines, I mean, they got to set the edge, because Barrington, they run a more option-based offense, and if you can't figure out who's getting who, It's not going to be a fun day for Cranston East. Adrian Foreman, Sakari Brown, even DeAndre Brown at some point is going to have to carry the rock in that new RB committee. Jay Chags, shout out to him yesterday. Gonna have to. I mean, I don't think you have to do too much tonight. I mean, I think the playbook's gonna be a lot more reserved now that it's gonna be projected and anticipated to rain. So, and that's my take on it.
Yeah, it might be a little better for us. Just short run plays, hopefully. Not going to have to move the camera too much up in the box. But, yeah, Cranston East is going to be a run-heavy game, definitely, with the rain. And that might benefit them, just to have to keep it on the ground. It's going to be an interesting one to play out. But also interesting was the football team. Majority of them stuck around after practice yesterday to cheer on the girls' soccer team. They made a little ruckus for our broadcast and a little popularity check for one Larry Yin, our cameraman for that game.
Yeah, our cameraman. Shout out Larry Dox. Did a good game out there. Chaz, I know he had a few criticisms about his camera work, but I think he did a solid job. The only problem was, maybe he's a little bit too popular. I mean, or at least, maybe it's a little bit too much of a group thing because sometimes the camera was blocked. Sometimes you could hear these. I mean, it helped with to make people feel the crowd. But we had just a electric soccer crowd yesterday. I mean, I'm fine with that, but geez, Larry, you gotta chill out, man. I knew you're the man around here, but you gotta chill.
All right. Just want to, walking into school today, the rain was just starting to come down. But prior to walking into school, pretty sure I slept not on my side like normal because my throat, it's a little parched waking up. Had to get some water. Hopefully I'll be fine and start recovering from that, get ready for a big weekend of sports ahead.
You gotta get prepared for that, for any future debates which you might have to involve movies in. Shout out Mr. Smith's AP Lit class.
Yep, that's a great movies. If we're talking movies and Mr. Smith, we got to talk about film and lit. It's a great class to have on your schedule that you don't.
What do you have? Did you watch TMNT? Whatever goo.
We did not watch. We did not watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem. Now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Okay, they're not paying us, so.
Yeah, free plug for you guys. Let's talk about some pro sports. East results out of the way. Not much in our favor. Let's go on to pro sports. Let's stick close to home. Let's stick with Mac Jones. Deflategate 2.0, or at least that's what I'm calling it. Mac Jones taking what seemed to be low blow on Sauce Gardner in the Patriots 15-10 win over the Jets.
Yeah, he just straight up tried to grab that, apparently. Supposedly, allegedly. It reminds me of that one King of the Hill thing I saw on YouTube and the show. Shout out to King of the Hill. I saw that one self-defense lesson Bobby Hill, Hank Hill's son, took. And one of the most significant phrase was like, "That's my purse. I don't know you." And I think that's what Mac Jones took, before the game, because now Sauce Gardner can't have kids. And have fun with that sauce. Lost in the sauce. But Mac should probably not do that consistently. I mean, it's come to the point where D-Mac can't even try and defend him anymore. He's like, he's a good guy, but he needs to watch out for his moves. I know he did some spinning type of stuff on Ryan Burns' legs. I know he had another incident where he straight up kicked Jaquan Brisker's area, and just a lot of stuff by Mac Jones, which is not appreciated by NFL defenders, probably more so than the turf versus grass debate.
Well, Patriots are going to have a tough game ahead of them, facing the Dallas Cowboys that couldn't beat Josh Dobbs and the Cardinals. But stick with the Jets a little. Came out last week that Zach Wilson stinks. It also came out that Colin Kaepernick is looking to return to the league and looking to be a practice squad quarterback for the Jets. Do you see any reason why the Jets shouldn't go after Colin Kaepernick?
I mean, might as well. It's practice squad. He hasn't played in what, like
7 years.
7 years. So I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even know how prepared he is for the NFL right now. We've seen a drastic change. I mean, we see more quarterbacks oriented to his type of style now. I guess the rushing dual threat. But it's really the Jets' choice. I mean, you gotta wonder if Kaepernick can still be durable right now at his age, and with the time he hasn't played for, it's gonna be a high concern.
I mean, I guess the biggest thing about that is going to be losing Colin Kaepernick in Madden as the guy you pick up off of free agency and immediately trade him for picks. He used to be ranked at 84 overall and higher than any quarterback in the league that was actually playing. So
He hasn't been in the game for like 2 years, I think.
yeah, maybe they eventually took him out, but when he wasn't playing and he was still a free agent in Madden, that dude was
Clutch.
free.
Clutch.
Let's stick to football, pro sports. MLB season winding down. Got a lot of football to cover here. And somehow the biggest story of history took over social media. LeBron, Coach Prime, Messi, LaMelo all had to step aside because Taylor Swift is seemingly confirmed to be with Travis Kelce. There's nothing left to question about their relationship, except the only question is, who cares? Why do we have to see this every second we get on any social media platform? Every single time we log on, I've seen every single account that I follow for sports posting about it. I mean, ESPN has somebody that came up with top 50 names relating to Taylor Swift for fantasy teams.
Are you being for real?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, who wrote that?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Somebody has too much time on their hands at ESPN.
Well, I mean, I remember the old days of people complaining about the consistent LeBron, Coach Prime, everybody else type posts on SportsCenter, ESPN. But now there's a blank space now, and it seemed that Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, saga, and ESPN and SportsCenter and Omar, the guy that runs it, it's a love story for them. So the other topics they talked about, they shaked it off in favor for, feeling 22 Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. I mean, yeah, I don't really care that much, but I do listen to their podcast, so I kind of have to care. But good for them, man. Good for you, Mr. Levitt said.
Another free plug to New Heights of Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce's podcast there. Yeah, Taylor Swift, please. I enjoy your music somewhat, but now we just got too much of you, man.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you got bad blood with her now.
Oh, my goodness. This guy just referenced about 4 Taylor Swift songs.
The history of commentating has been ruined by this relationship. For the next couple months they're together, every commentator in the NFL is going to be like, and Kelce finds a blank space. Kevin Harlan did that. And looked at a defender, shaking it off. Travis Kelce, touchdown.
Oh, my. This story about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift is just tiring to even talk about. They are just, oh, my goodness. It won't stop. It's not going to stop. And I'm slowly trying to formulate a Taylor Swift song in my head that I can reference. But I'm failing. So let's move on.
Yeah, look what you made me do, Chance.
Okay. I think Tim got all the Taylor Swift puns in for both of us. So let's move on to college football. We've talked about them every week. Might as well talk about it again. Colorado football comes into Oregon, a strong team, without their best player, arguably. And they got stomped out and kicked out of the AP Top 25.
Oh, yeah, that's not fun.
I mean, Oregon came out with videos, and it seemed like Colorado was talking a lot of smack pregame, but they couldn't back it up on the field. Coach Prime's era in Colorado, it's not off to a Rockies start, but Colorado Rockies reference. But, a little bump in the road, if you will.
Yeah, just a little bump in the road. Obviously, that's going to be the challenge for Colorado this season, whether they will actually compete with the top teams, the actual top teams. I know they competed with TCU week 1, and now they got smoked. But apparently, every coach that hates Prime Sanders was helping Oregon to coach their coach to a win against against Colorado. My apologies. Yeah, this is I think they're jealous of the prime time, and I don't think they like the bragging. I don't think they like the showboating. But I still believe in Coach Prime. I'm sure you probably believe in Coach Prime. But that's a bump in the road, like you said. On to next week.
Yep, and keeping it with football, Thursday night football last night, Detroit Lions walked into Lambeau Field, knocked the doors down. David Montgomery had himself a game, I believe, and they walked out of there with the win against the Packers. On the road in Lambeau, not the easiest thing to do. The Lions are looking legit this year.
Oh, yeah, they are. Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, the rookie. I want to shout him out. Sam Laporta has been absolutely helping me out in these fantasy leagues, or at least has been looking to help me out. I haven't started him yet, actually, but he dropped a decent stat line, 4 receptions, 56 yards yesterday. Jared Goff looking like he is Timothy, just passing the ball. I mean, I don't even think I watched the game last night because I was I wouldn't say I was tired. I'm just trying not to quote unquote try and stream the game through illegal means because I'm a good person. But from what I heard, Jordan Love looked okay, kinda. I mean, he had plays here and there, but yeah.
Yeah, let's move a little back to Cranston East as it's homecoming week, and with homecoming week comes Spirit Week. It's been a good week, I'd say, in participation-wise. What do you see as student council president?
I'm seeing a lot of school pride. I'm seeing a lot of involvitation. I just made up that word. As president, I get to make up words, I guess. Yeah, I know it's a bland type of Spirit Week, but I promise to God, we have more coming. We have a lot more coming. I know you have some suggestions. I heard some suggestions from some other people, which I do plan to incorporate somehow, some way, as long as it's legal and school appropriate, aka I'm trying my dang best. But I know it's school color day. It's hold up. Yeah, it's wear green day. So you just wear your school colors. Storm coming, a literal storm coming. It was good. Twin and Twizzlers Day, apparently you said was better than Adam Sandler Day last year, which I thought was a solid idea at best. But, maybe, it's a free country. You can have your opinions, Chaz.
Well, I know last year, the Adam Sandler Day, but one idea that they had last year that was actually a good one was the Barbecue Dads and Soccer Moms Day. That was pretty good.
Did you participate in that?
Nope. I don't think I even came close last year. I went 1.5 out of 4 days this year on participation. Maybe we'll improve the next Spirit Week. It's all up in the air. Homecoming game tonight, And then there's the homecoming dance tomorrow. Of course, we're here every day, every week, joined by the president of student council, Tim Yeen. So he's deeply involved. He's in the trenches when planning these school-wide events. What can we expect now that we're only a day out?
A day out from homecoming. I'll be there at 4:30 to help set up things. So, I'll make sure there's everything's all set up. All the decorations are nice. All the, planning is planning itself to action. But we have a Candyland theme. If you haven't noticed yet, it's been the entire week for the Spirit Week theme. Roll over, class color M&Ms, Twix and Twinsler, and the storm coming. I guess. I don't know. Do you want a green licorice?
Yeah, no, I'm not sure if there was a candy related to the Wear Green Day. Not sure if I can think of any pure green candies that were up for grabs. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Shoot. Okay, yeah. So, in terms of student council plans, I think we got a fantastic idea from one of our student council members, a movie night. Maybe we could schedule a movie night each month or each holiday season. We do plan a Halloween one, maybe a Thanksgiving one, maybe definitely a Christmas one. This all just gotta get approved by Mr. Barberi. The hardest will probably be the Halloween movie night because, Chaz, it's Halloween. When you think of Halloween, scary stuff, blood, gore, sometimes suggestive themes. It's kind of tough finding a good PG-13 movie for Halloween.
Yeah, I think you could get somewhere with Werewolf by Night. It's not that long of a movie, but it came out last year. Mm-hmm. The Marvel creation, Disney Plus exclusive, might be a direction to take that. We have 27 minutes into the pod, and we've gone over a lot. We've gone over a lot. And
I think you have some NBA news to cover, Chaz.
NBA news. Tim Yeen sadly having to remind me, or at least sad for him, it ain't sad for me, that Damian Lillard is no longer on the Trailblazers, but everyone is thankful to hear that he's not on the Heat. He has gone to the Milwaukee Bucks in a 3-team trade involving the Suns that got DeAndre Ayton out of Phoenix, which seems like they've been trying to do that for the last 10 years. And Damian Lillard doesn't go to your Miami Heat.
Pat Riley, I am sick of this. The last 3 years, we've been promised star power with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. Well, what is happening? First with KD. That was James Harden. That was Donovan Mitchell. That was Bradley Beal this offseason. And now Damian Lillard. That's 5 people we tried trading Tyler Hero for. And none of them wanted Tyler Hero.
Hey. You guys still got Kyle Lowry.
I don't want to hear it. Kyle Lowry.
The most obvious case of tampering of all time right there.
The most obvious case. Joe Cronin is a crony. He is a wimp. He is... words I can't even say on the podcast right now. He is done. Pat Riley, Mickey Loomis, or whatever the owner is. They need to do something. I don't know if it was exactly their fault, but for the last however many years, it's been the same thing. We've been promised. We've been so close to, hey, they're almost heading to the Heat, but then they moved to Phoenix, or I don't know where. Yeah, Phoenix, or I don't even know, Utah, or not Utah, Cleveland, or wherever, not Miami it is. Chris Stapps, we had kind of a chance on him, and then he went to Boston. I don't care about that. I'm sick of this. Jimmy Butler's turning 33. Bam Adebayo is not going to be any more improving at this point, at this stage so far, in my opinion, at least. Tyler Hero is now as peeved off as he can be. You've been in these trade rumors for 50 billion years, and yet nothing's come out of it.
I mean, that's what you get when you're a perennial second-place team like the Miami Heat. But the biggest part, Joe Cronin told Damian Lillard, you want to trade to the Heat? And Damian Lillard said, if I can't get me the Heat, I'll stay here. And Cronin said, nah, you're gone. So it sounded like Joe Cronin was not trying to grant Damian Lillard his wishes on the exit, kind of similar to the Nets trading Kyrie, specifically not to who Kyrie wanted to go to after requesting a trade. Seems like a little kick on the way out from one of your cornerstone franchise players.
Yeah, I hate the NBA now, man.
All right. Yeah, I mean, Celtics now looking like a two-team division in the East Conference. You got the Celtics and the Bucks, and the Heat doing a whole lot of nothing this season.
Okay, we signed Josh Richardson.
Oh, congratulations.
We got Jaime Jaquez.
Congratulations.
Nikola Jovic might be a star this year, maybe, hopefully.
He had a good time in the FIBA World Cup, I believe.
I think so. He had a fun time. He didn't win anything, but he had a fun time, I guess.
Yeah, FIBA World Cup, sticking with basketball, just going a little couple weeks back and talking about how your Team USA is gearing up for next season following the disappointment, and they're going to come out and probably win the whole thing.
Yeah, probably. Everybody that is ancient and an NBA legend is coming out. LeBron, probably, KD, Steph Curry, everybody else. I don't know about Anthony Davis, but I guess he's free to come too if he wants to join. Is it picking up audio probably? I don't know.
Yeah, so we're talking NBA, we're talking Damian Lillard trade, and that means Drew Holiday is on the trade market after getting sent to the Trailblazers, big-time target for the Boston Celtics, or maybe even your Miami Heat if they're looking for a consolation prize.
Yeah, sure, I guess we can go for him if we want. But at this point, man, I'll take anything. I'll even take, I don't know. I mean, Goran Dragic is always welcome to come back.
Goran Dragic, all right. Touched on the NBA, MLB season winding down. NFL, we got our licks in there. Even talked a little college football. Do we have any other major topics that we want to cover on this podcast?
I mean, if you want to cover, how, any personal, life events that have happened for you recently, Chaz?
Oh, yeah. I might as well mention it on here while we're here on the podcast space. If you're listening this far and you're a big fan of Charlie, Chaz, the man Adams, then you'd be happy to hear that I was reached out to by the Cranston Herald and commissioned to write a couple articles. So if you're looking out next Tuesday, I believe, then not Tuesday coming up, the week after, you should see 2 Charlie Adams articles back in the Cranston Herald. We're going to cover the City Cup for the soccer teams. But before that, we're going to be at Hendricken and covering the West football versus Hendricken football game. Going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, from what I've seen of West, hopefully they pass the ball more this time around. Hopefully they, let Kellen Cornell do his thing because he is a slinger with a football, and they need to utilize that. They act like they've had Marcus Chung the entire season when in fact they have not. In fact, it's probably been the opposite. The running game has been okay at best, but you can't rely on that anymore. It's a new era. You gotta find a way to air it out.
Yeah, West losing Marcus Chung, and they're starting to lose more games, but the one thing that they haven't lost is their fan base. I'm not even sure if their fans even care about what's going on the field. It's going to be interesting to see how they show up at Hendricken next week. But I know you had an experience calling a West football game. How'd the Red Storm look in that one?
They look good. They look more involved than any other type of thing, but probably because they weren't playing part of the USA by Miley Cyrus. You know, it's they have a good fan base, man. I have to respect that. I mean, hopefully they don't dox me or you or anybody. Hopefully, but they have a terrific fan base. Night and day, win or loss, they always find a way to bring up the pressure, and I know they're gonna show out here for what is supposed to be a quote unquote home game for the Red Storm come Thanksgiving.
Yep, and if we want to stick to talking about me, I'll talk about myself all day. So this Sunday, I'm going to be heading down to Trinity College, as previously mentioned.
Yeah.
I'm going to be taking the most popular cameraman in Rhode Island with me, Larry Yin. We're going to cover 2 peak performance prep hockey games for Fans Only Sports Network.
And are you guys going to go to New Haven as well?
Probably not. Gas ain't cheap, and that's a 45 minutes extra there, and then an extra 50 on the back end heading back home. So not sure if I'm going to make the trek down to New Haven for their famous pizza, but that's pretty much how the weekend's going to go.
Yep. All right.
Any life happenings in your life, Timothy?
I don't know, Charles Adams, but I mean, we'll see what we have. Obviously, homecoming going there. A reminder. Unfortunately, I'll be there with my friends, except for Charlie Adams, who decided to dodge for the 3rd straight year.
No homecoming dance is not really my thing. I'll show up at prom, I promise you.
Okay. I'm telling you, go to that.
All right.
Well, actually, what's the fit check for tonight, Chaz?
All right. It's going to be raining. I might not go all out. Don't want to get my nicest clothes all wet. I don't know. I might have to dial it back to my normal attire for these games.
All right. If the weather doesn't look as bad later, I might bring out the suit, but I think that might be another week till we get there because, unfortunately, my last 3 years of homecoming games have not been good. I mean, I think I twisted the wrong knob my sophomore year when I had to leave early. Junior year, I think I don't even remember junior year homecoming game, but we got pummeled. But shout out Angelo Lucetti, who had a touchdown, though. Shout out.
Kick return touchdown for him. You talked about next week's football game where the suit might come out. They're going to be facing Woonsocket, I believe, in that one. Should be interesting there. All right. Have we gone through everything that we're looking to go through on episode 3, Rock Bottom?
Yeah, we did enough. I mean, I'm with enough.
All right. So we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you for listening to Thunderbolts Sports Talk. This has been Charlie Adams, joined by Timothy
Larry Yin.
All right. Another episode in the books, streaming everywhere. Make sure to like, comment, share, retweet, subscribe, do anything and everything. Please get the podcast out there.
Go to homecoming.
Go to homecoming if you're a student here. Benchon. And just keep on rocking in the free world. And doot doodle doot doot.
Doot do.